Yes, sir. All right, starting off is the Yankees versus the Red Sox last Tuesday. The Yankees, I thought were going to win it. I thought they had a better team than the Red Sox. But after all, the game was 6-2. The Red Sox beat them just barely, I felt like, because they had the big bats coming up at the very end, but they never got back to them. But so the hitting for the Yankees, Anthony Rizzo was 1 for 4. He scored 1 run for him and had 1 RBI. And then Aaron Judge, thought was gonna have a good game. Everybody thought he was gonna have a good game. I was expecting him to at least, because he pops off at the very beginning of the season. I feel like always in the postseason he does really good. But this time he was 1 for 4 and just didn't do good. He didn't have any RBIs. He just wasn't hitting good, I felt like. And then Giancarlo Stanton was 3 for 4. Had a great game all around. He scored 1 run, had 1 RBI hit in. But also, tell him what happened, Evan.
He had, everyone thought it was a home run. He hit one. He was watching it, too. It looked like it had plenty of power.
He was trotting.
And the announcer, if you listen to him, he thought he
was going insane.
And that thing hit the wall. He was held to his
Right
side.
in the first inning, he was trying to go off to a big start, but just never got around, or hit it great. I thought it was barreled up perfect, started trotting, kind of just like Acuna last season. Was that last season?
Mm-hmm.
Trotted, and got benched, but he couldn't do anything about this. That was a bomb hit off the green monster, thought it was gone. Everybody did. All right, so Joey Gallo had a horrible night. 0 for 4. I think he had 3 strikeouts. 0 runs scored, had 0 RBIs, and just had a terrible game. And then Gleyber Torres also had a horrible game all night, 0 for 4. Their top of the order just didn't do very good except for Stanton. And so he was 0 for 4 and 0 everywhere else in the categories. And then Brett Gardner, playing center field, was 0 for 3 also. So that is 3 guys that just went 0 for. Just didn't have a good game. And then Gio Urshela was 1 for 3. He played all right, especially at third base and shortstop. He played a good fielding game. But then, who was that? Never even heard of him.
Something K has got
Never heard of him.
Yeah, I don't know.
Never heard of this guy. He's playing catcher for him. I thought Gary Sanchez was playing catcher, but he wasn't, because Gary Sanchez was
I think he was hurt or something.
No, he played.
Oh yeah, he came as a pitch.
Yeah, a pinch hitter,
and then he
came in at catcher. So whoever the Yankees backup is, leave a comment below, because I don't know who it is. So yeah, both the catchers were 0 for. They didn't play a good game. Neither Gary or whatever that random guy's name is. Don't know. They were both had a terrible game. So that's like 5 people that have gone 0 for. Just all out terrible. And then Andrew Velasquez got himself, he didn't get a hit, but he got himself in the game. And if y'all know the story of Andrew Velasquez, he hit his first ever homer in Yankee Stadium, and he was also born in the Bronx, which is super cool. He's a great player, I feel like, and hopefully he can do great things coming out. And then, who is that? Odor?
Rook Odor.
Yeah, Rook Odor. Don't know who that is either. He was a pinch hitter also and went in at third base. So there's a lot of change for the Yankees. I actually haven't heard of a bunch of these guys I haven't heard of 2 of the guys. But for the most part, not a great game from the Yankees. I was expecting more from them. All right, Evan, here you go. The Red Sox feel like they played a little bit of a better game. They should have, I feel like. I feel like the Red Sox honestly could have played a better game, but they didn't. I feel like it was just all out, not a great game. But when the Red Sox did get their chances, when the guys got on base, they did their job and they hit them around. So, Evan, you can tell them about the Red Sox.
All right, so Kyle Schwarber led off, a designated hitter. He was 1 for 3, had 2 runs, 1 RBI, and a walk. The reason why the Red Sox won is they hit the ball great. Like, it might not sound like it, but if you can see, they only had 5 people that went 0 for.
Yeah.
And then everyone else had at least 1 or 2 hits.
For the most part, they had a great hitting game. Right. I just felt like they didn't play the greatest they've ever played. Yeah. But for the most part, I got to give it to them. They did good.
Who's that?
Who? That's Kyle Schwarber.
No, him. Hernandez.
Oh.
Kiki Hernandez.
No, that's not Kiki Hernandez.
Yeah, it is.
That's E. Hernandez.
Kiki, yeah.
That's not. Oh, yeah.
It is.
It is Kiki Hernandez.
He played center field, 1 for 3, 1 run, and a walk. And Rafael Devers, third base.
The All-Star, Rafael Devers.
Yep. He was 0 for 2, 1 run, and 2 walks. As
So,
you can see,
he basically was 2 for 2, counting that he did have 2 walks.
right.
So, just by them, you can already tell, if you watch the game, they had a bunch of, like, great opportunities and walks. Like,
Right.
they were watching the ball and picking their pitches. Hopefully, they weren't cheating, because I don't think they were,
No.
like the Astros. But actually, while I'm talking about that, the Astros are actually playing really good right
Yeah,
now.
they're doing real. So the Yankees actually had no walks at all that game, and the Boston had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 walks.
7 walks. That
to
is
0.
that.
That means you.
That's a
had,
game changer right
Yep,
there. If
right
you
there.
have 7 walks
that
to the
means
other
you have
team's
7
0.
people on base, and they had none.
Yeah, exactly. So that's just a great watching from all the Red Sox players.
And Xander Bogaerts, probably
He
had a really good game.
2 for 4.
No, he went 1 for 2.
Oh yeah, 1 for 2. 1 for 2.
2 runs, 2 RBIs, and 2 walks.
And a home run. By the
Yeah.
way, Schwarber hit a bomb. So did Xander Bogaerts, and I think Andrew Velasquez not Andrew.
Alex
Verdugo. That's it.
Yeah, Alex Verdugo, probably one player of the game if there was so. He was 2 for 4, no runs, 3 RBIs.
And hit
So
an
he had half
absolute
their
bomb.
he had half of their runs. So
Yep.
Hunter Renfroe 1 for 3 with a walk.
Yep.
Whoever Polinsky, I don't know how to say his name.
There's a lot of new players in the league.
Yeah,
Even if you do watch baseball, there's a lot of people that
Yeah.
I don't know.
He was a catcher and he was 1 for 2. And then Travis Shaw came as a pinch hitter, was 0 for 1. And then Christian Velasquez, he came in as their starting he's usually the starting catcher. He came in as their catcher.
Which I'm surprised that actually, if I didn't know, Kyle Schwarber can catch.
Right. Yeah.
And I was surprised they didn't put him at a catcher because I'm pretty sure he was playing DH. Yeah, he was playing DH.
Yeah.
So I don't know why they didn't.
Yeah,
put him.
and Bobby Dahlback, he was 0 for 4. That's a big one. And then
Yeah.
Christian Arroyo was 0 for 3. And a big thing, their starting pitcher went 5 innings, 4 hits, 1 ERA, and 8 Ks.
That's a great game right there.
Let's see. The Yankees, Garrett Cole only had 3 strikeouts, 3 ERA, 4 hits, 2 walks, and only 2 innings pitched.
I gotta give it to Garrett Cole though. He did a good job on the mound.
Yeah.
But he just couldn't. I feel like get his pitches there. So we're gonna do one more.
Wild card.
The wild card. It was October 6th on Wednesday. The Cardinals versus the Dodgers.
This was a great game.
This was a game right here. Cardinals versus the Dodgers. I got nothing to say. That was just a great all-out game that they played. So, starting for the Cardinals, there's a bunch of players I don't know on the Cardinals. I do not watch the Cardinals.
But they have a stacked team.
They
right
do.
now, guys.
So,
they're pretty good.
T. Edmond. Do you know who that is?
Tommy Edmond.
Tommy Edmond. I do know him. Playing second base for him. Went 3 for 5. He had a great game.
Yeah.
Had 1 run for him, 0 RBIs, everything else. He was in his 600 that game, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Paul Goldschmidt was 1 for 3 and had
Two walks.
2 walks. Yeah,
Two walks.
2 walks. He was in 333, and it doesn't show who has the home runs, but I didn't watch his game really.
No, I didn't either. It was at like 10 o'clock.
Yeah, especially in LA,
Yeah.
it was in LA, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so I never really watched those games because it's so late.
Yeah.
And especially on a school night, I don't really care for it. But then Tyler O'Neill, didn't have a good game, over 4. So, did everything else. He was in a 0 that game. Nolan Arenado, everybody thought he was going to do good, like I was talking about Judge. Everybody thought he was going to have a good game over there at third base and stuff, but over 4.
Pretty sure had a good defensive game, but not him.
Yeah. That's a bunch of those players. They have a good defensive game, but they just can't get their bats going.
Yeah.
So then, he was over 4. And then D. Carlos, ever heard of him? I never heard of him.
Devin Carlson, I don't know really.
Playing right field.
Right field.
All these guys that were saying, put a comment below. Tell us who they are. And he was playing right field. Went 1 for 4 with a 250.
Yep.
So he had an all right game. I mean, you get a hit against who was pitching for them? I think it was
for Dodgers.
for the Dodgers. Yeah, it was like I don't know.
Matt Scherzer.
Oh yeah, I don't know, but
maybe.
and then Yadier Molina, terrible hitter. Honestly, he went over 4. He's not a good hitter all around, but I mean he's a good fielder and can field pretty good. Yeah, he can feel good. Like you get down in the dirt and stuff, but at catcher, he's insane.
He's kind of getting old. Though.
Yeah, he's getting a little old, so I mean, you gotta be a little easy on that man. he's had great seasons and stuff. So yeah, and then Sosa.
I have no idea.
Never heard who that is. Over 4. Bunch of guys I've never heard of went over 4 because never heard of them. You don't hear of the guys that go over 4.
Yeah.
So yeah, he went over 4, and then the pitcher of course didn't hit. The other pitcher didn't hit. Yeah. So and then the pinch hitters that went in were H. Bader.
No, he wasn't pinch hitter.
Oh,
Harrison Bader. He was a pinch hitter.
Yeah, he
went 0 for 1.
Went over 1 and went in that center
He also had a walk too. So.
And then 2 pitchers, and then P. Dijon. I've heard
Paul
of
DeYoung.
Yeah.
Paul DeYoung, yeah.
Over 1.
He
went
played
in for pitcher.
shortstop.
Yeah. And he got put in at shortstop.
Yep.
All right, getting off to Evan. Here is the Dodgers.
All right, so as y'all all know, Mookie Betts, he led off 2 for 4. That's about all. Corey Seager was 0 for 3. That's
Corey
surprising.
Seager, that is super surprising. If you watched the Braves game, the Braves got destroyed by Corey Seager last year, and it was just not good to watch. He hit 8 home runs that series.
Yeah.
It was
Corey
insane.
Seager also broke his hand earlier this year, but he's
So,
recovered now.
Yeah, you got to give a little breaks on the guys that did get hurt. Cody Bellinger was also playing; he broke his leg. So you do have to be a little easy on those guys because they did get hurt in the beginning of the season.
Right.
So they didn't get to play for a long time and didn't really get to train because you can't play baseball with a broken hand or broken leg. So you're basically off for that long. So you got to be a little easy on those guys.
Corey Seager also had a walk.
He walk.
Trey Turner, speedy, he went 2 for 4.
Which is crazy. I feel like Trey Turner should have led off just because when he gets on base, it's almost a guaranteed score. Didn't he score?
No,
he didn't score. That is rare.
So,
Trey Turner, when he gets on the base path, 9 times out of 10, he's getting around the base and scoring.
Right, and Justin Turner, he was 1 for 4. He had a home run.
So
he had a home run, and that's about all. And then Will Smith, their catcher, surprising. He was, I think, he helped them out a lot last year. He went 0 for 3.
Will Smith, I'm pretty sure last season or the year before that, he got brought up in the majors.
Right, yeah.
If you haven't seen that, we might put that in the description. If I can find that video, it's a super cool video about him and all that stuff, how he gets brought up and his family and everybody's watching him. It's super cool video.
Will Smith also had a walk. And then A.J. Pollock, 0 for 3, not very good. And then all the pitchers didn't hit. Albert Pujols came in. He was 0 for 1. And Matt Beattie was 0 for 3. I don't really know who that is. And then Cody Bellinger, he was 1 for 2, 1 run, and then 2 walks. So
Cody Bellinger, even with the broken leg before the season, he's been grinding it out, especially with all that stuff that's been happening to him. So that's a pretty good game for him, and just all around.
And then pitchers didn't get a hit, and then L. Rayleigh came as a pitch hitter. He went 0 for 1. And then the hero, Chris Taylor.
The hero. 1 for 2 with an absolute dinger walk-off.
Yeah.
This was a game changer.
420.
Yeah, 420 feet. I honestly thought the Dodgers were going to lose. Yeah, I was praying that they were going to lose, too. I'm not a Dodgers fan. If you're a Braves fan, you have to hate the Dodgers. Nobody
Dodgers are going to beat the Braves 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, so we're praying the Braves that we can get a good enough team. But you got to think about it. The Braves don't have Acuna.
Right.
And especially if Marcell Ozuna can come back next year.
Right, yeah.
And if we have Acuna and they sign back Freddie Freeman, our team could be potentially really good.
Yep. Matt Scherzer, I'm surprised he only went 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 ERA, 3 walks. That's kind of big. He usually only has a few and 4 Ks, and then,
So I'm basically saying if they didn't pitch anybody different, they would have probably lost. And when they picked up all those players, they wouldn't have Trey Turner or they wouldn't have him.
Right. And also, I'm hoping the Giants beat the Dodgers the rest of the way. I think
Hopefully, Chris Bryant pop off.
Right. And I know the Giants won last night 4-0. Yeah.
They did?
Yeah, 4-0.
They beat
Giants beat the Dodgers 4-0 yesterday.
All right, so we're going to do another video right after this one, and this is going to be all about the games yesterday.
This will be part 2. This is
part
1.
This is part 1. All right, peace!
Thank you.